Hi, everyone. This is Carl Haverkamp, also known on the internet as Charlemagne 1975. Used to be long, long time ago, and on my WordPress blog was Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Movies. I don't know if anyone remembers that. I do still have that on my, but I'm here because I'm just getting tired of a situation. I have not been doing any working for anyone for the last 2 years. I just turned 50 yesterday. This is June 21st. I'm going to probably post this maybe on Tuesday. So it's going to be late because I don't have internet because I've been having to beg or steal for at least electricity. I've been having to get when it's winter, having to get the was it lie heap from the state to pay for that. I do get food stamps to pay for food, but I've been having to, as I said, beg, borrow, well, not steal, either from charities or my brother when he can do it. But eventually, that's gonna end up failing because my brother will have next year a teenager that will want to drive, and I'm sure she's going to want a car, and he's a gearhead and a mechanic, and he'll want to get her at least a decent vehicle. And if I also don't haven't been getting any funds in anywhere, I haven't been paying for the last 2 years the property tax, which means my brother and I actually have to sell the place where I'm living in, which is the place I lived with my mother before she died in January of 2022. But anyway, I have not been working. I've been working, filling out everywhere my application. And that was before I lost my driver's license, although before that, lost the insurance. I drove around without the insurance, got caught by the police. My brother paid for the fine on that. Actually, he pleaded quite well. I didn't have money. I was trying to do something. When I do have to do something like in a account, have to go somewhere for like some medical thing, I can get transportation through the Medicaid provider. But if I need to get something from the store, I have to cut my brother. It's just getting to be untenable. So I think I'm going to rename my Substack blog. It's going to come up to be No Country for Old Men. Also, women. It's just when you're getting to be a certain age, I guess no one wants to even take a chance to hire you. Doesn't matter, Republican, Democrat, Republican. I'm not going to bring that up on there, although I may eventually in other blogs, vlogs. Sorry, this is the first time I've done that. So, but it's getting to be untenable. Thinking about I'm going to have to on Monday probably call one of the churches and see if I can get them to pay on that. I hate to have my brother pay for keeping the lights on. Here he has his family. He has that. I never got around to getting that. I had to take care of my mother. And when he was alive, 24 years before that, also my father when he died. So that's why I'm having the account. Sorry, I was just turning around to see there was someone speeding through. I have some neighbors. Most of them look to be okay, but sometimes there's one of them that they just go back and forth, and won't be there like 5 minutes. Sorry, that's another thing. Maybe I'll put on another blog. But when it's the same people back and forth, some of you that are in areas where there's people that drug abuse or get drugs, that's probably maybe there's a drug dealer up there. I hate to say that, but I just need to do something. I'll eventually have to set it up through PayPal. Maybe someone will want to, through my Substack, want to pay for this. I don't know. Maybe not. And what I'm doing is just useless, but I'm just trying to do, I'm praying to God. Hell, I'm actually switching. With this, the one thing I've had time is time, and I've been thinking through everything. I also lost more than 260 pounds. That's another blog entry, or maybe I'll go over that in a little bit, but sorry, but anyway, it's just getting to be so I can't do this. Maybe I might make something. Maybe no one will care about this either. But I'm actually switching. That's why. Sorry, I was just trying to remember. I also been dealing with a little long COVID slowly over time, and it has got better, but not fully, and just depend on that. But that's another story. Maybe another vlog post. But I've been slowly converted from my Protestantism to I may eventually go, and I haven't actually talked to a priest or member of the Catholic Church to become Catholic. I have told my brother and his family they're not really religious. I mean, my sister-in-law does have some things. I think it's maybe some pagan things, but I don't think that's really, well, I don't know. Maybe it is serious. I just never seen that. Not that I wouldn't. Of course, I would pray for her not to do that, but that's something else. But I'm getting close to 8 minutes, and it's just frustrating. I'm sure many of you that are out there been having something similar. I'm playing out at the local food plug joints at the dollar stores. I got two of them, a Dollar Tree and and the Dollar General. I haven't received anything. I have not received, except for one person who wanted to, and I did walk there. That's the other thing. I've been having to walk everywhere in my town. If I could eventually get to, so I could drive to where I live, out of where I live to Omaha. I live in that area to get a job. Right now, I've been having just to try to get something in where close to where I can go, in the town of Plattsmouth. Never actually put on there where I live. Maybe that'd be another thing in there. I didn't quite notice until that some of the town has started to get a little woke in some places. Not all. That's probably another one that I'll have to. It's going to be a lot of vlogs. But anyway, as soon as I get something set, if you want to pay for this, I would be glad if you do. Bless you if you do. But what I'll eventually have to do, my brother and I are going to probably have to sell the house I live in. And I could probably take some of that money on that. I need to get a new car anyway, but get an apartment, take care of myself. But if there were another way, I would have liked to stay in the house. But I guess that's not going to be in the cards. So I'm going to probably name it, as I said, and I don't know if there's a trademark on that. So if someone does call me from Hollywood and say, you can't use that, then, well, I'll have to change that. Maybe I might change it by something. But anyway, but this is Carl Haverkamp, and the probational name for it is old, No Country for Old Men and Women that are old men and women. And I will post soon. And if you go to Give Set Go, there's also, if you don't want to do anything and pay for the blog, I'm also trying to get my brother and I can't, and his family. Obviously, I'm not bringing anything in, but he doesn't have a lot of money too. And if we're going to try to get the house set, I put a give send go first asking for some money so we can get it, probably get a dumpster, throw a bunch of things away, set up an auction to sell what's left of my mother's stuff, which is tons of that. And if any of you want yarn, and if you're in the Omaha yarn, and I say yarn is my mother crocheted, and we would go to the farmer's market to get to sell things. Yes, now they call it a community market, but whatever. Uh, but that was one of the things along with my father. That's kind of how my brother and I grew up. Father and mother were older. My father uh, actually retired, and one thing we did to help supplement things was he would grow stuff on there. But if you have for that, or jars, or even romance novels, that's for sale too. You can get in touch with that. I'll probably have to set that up too. But if that is maybe eventually, if I can get some funds back, I can. One other thing is I need to get my eBay back because then I can start selling again if I can't make it with an auction. There's just a lot of things that I need to get done, or I'll lose a house. There's someone in the state of Nebraska. They have this weird law where if you're not paying on that, someone else can by auction step in, pay on it, and then they can get the after 3 years. If you don't pay on anything, they get to take everything, and you lose every bit of that equity, which is asinine. Sorry, I think it's illegal, but well, that's not what the state of Nebraska is. But thank you for listening, and have yourself a great day. Thank you. Have a blessed day.